stuff's outside if you go take a look.
Whenever you're ready.
Starting off with your name.
I'm Commandant Goldwinn. I reside over the American Restoration Front as its head commanding officer.
What you doing here in Bitterroot before all of this evacuation?
Yeah, I was a local politician down in Broken Arrow. That's where I originally met my second over there, the man in the suit.
Are you local to Bitterroot?
No. My family, well, my father immigrated over here from as a fatherland, Germany, right? Kind of similar backstory to my friend over there. It's a bit of a sad tale. He's escaping persecution from the Reich, and he settled somewhere along the Florida Peninsula, I believe, whole state of Florida, and he married the daughter of a senator, Florida, right? And it's just so I was born, in order to not get expatriated back to Germany, he took me and my mother to Bitterroot, and I grew up here.
Quite sad, but I guess it all worked out. What do you do now?
Well, I act as the leader that is to be that this band of people need and many others may need when it comes to seeking what should be.
And what was your, reasoning behind founding this organization?
Just as my chief inspector said, we seek to achieve, it's kind of in the name, the restoration of the United States. Obviously, I would say in a more advanced and less flawed form than one could imagine. Overall, we just wish for what once was and what could be to be restored.
A noble cause. What keeps you in Bitterroot, instead of leaving with the evacuation?
It's far cheaper to live in the fringe than it is outside of the fringe, right? It's a common cause for a lot of people to be here, living off the land, the unincorporated West, having free reign, true American lifestyle. Among that, I fear that if my family or myself were to head back to any of the trifecta of states outside of this zone, well, I would be shipped off to not a nice place. Politics.
I see. How has, your time been ever since the evacuation?
You want my honest opinion?
Yes.
Raw media coverage. Stressful. It's been stressful. But it's been nothing short of worth my time, I can say. Stressful, but well worth the stress. We still got plenty of work to do here.
What do you think of the Confederation's actions during this evacuation and this crisis?
I believe that the efforts of all should be appreciated and should be valued because, unifying and trying to make things happen, and as I said earlier, the unincorporated West is a hard thing to come by. I believe the commissioner has a beautiful thing going where, he's trying to unify folk with what resources he has.
What were you, a bit of a, going back in time, the rebellion that led to the Montana lease, what were you doing in that time?
I believe I was still in Broken Arrow, if my memory forsakes me correctly. I believe it was before my little political career down there.
I see. What do you think of this Montana lease, with Jan gaining control of most military installations within Bitterroot?
I think it's to be expected. After all, they're the remnants of the Army and Navy, both those departments of our government. Obviously, do they have the Constitution on their side? One could argue that. I think it was heavily unexpected, and I'm glad that they're utilizing the resources they have to do all they can. Obviously, their approach as to what the exchange union is trying to accomplish is different. That's because they have a different set of resources that they can implement differently. I'm just glad that something is being done.
Action is always better than inaction.
Of course.
Any words that you would like to say?
Not necessarily. Praise Washington.